Hi Cancer, welcome to this Tower Love reading. Welcome Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, DMDF, DMDF reading, right? My name's Sophia, welcome to this community. So what I was getting was, wanting a break, a vacation, maybe flying away. But I feel that was like running away from yourself. Like realistically, do you want a vacation? Well, everyone probably say yes, but it's like when you no, do you really? You're like, no, you're just running from a situation, something like that. Now, Cancer, this could be you or your person, but that was like what I was kind of getting was, yeah, I'm just going to take a break. You could be just literally, but I was getting that flying away and running from things energy as well. Like that could be your person. So let's see, Cancer. Now, Cancer, I do counselling. Please check it out. I do pay-as-you-go counselling to give you the option to pay, although I prefer you to do it continuously, right? So that you can, I give you something, you do it, then I give you more work, kind of like that. But I do give options. I also have a Facebook group. You're welcome to join. I do far more, like double the stuff I do on there, which is like PDFs. I give programs. I do write-ups. I wrote up about my situation the other day, about how I progress my story, so you can get some, because most people, without sounding vain, want to be in a situation of me. So I wrote down what I done in a short doc. It weren't, less than a page, but Pacifics, and asked and said, what do you lot do, kind of thing. Everyone in Mission who does like me is posts as well, so far more stuff. But please don't join if you're just like, now I'm just happy watching tarot. This is for the group, is for the serious. If you're like, yep, I might not be ready now, but I definitely want to join, that's my group, which I feel, a group I feel which will help me till I'm ready to make the changes and make the payment or something like that. Because you got to pay. I done counselling myself. I had to pay. I learning tarot and all quantum physics and science, I had to pay. So obviously it's not free. You tell me anyone that is successful from not paying, I'll give you my programs for free. You don't have to pay for them, right? You have to invest in yourself. So then, all right, Cancer, let's see what's going on. 8 of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Empress. So yeah, maybe this is that feeling stuck, 8 of Swords. So, wanting to, run, get out of this feeling stuck with your twin flame, wanting things to move forward because of this is Jupiter as well with your person. And just don't know how to do it. But I feel this is very 3D. So this is someone who's new to my channel anyway. May not be new to the twin flame journey, but new to how I do things. Now, how I do things, others might do it. I don't check up other twin flames advisors, but I'm just saying my way. I know someone might be not going down that path there. So just working in that 3D job and trying to go in, but they're feeling very stuck. Your person is here now. This is, I would say, you don't like the conflict of being casual. So hence I say my counselling, after all the readings today, I've been talking about it. I don't normally, but sometimes I'm guided to, because this is your perception. Because like I said, you might be in this relationship or union for 10 years, Cancer, but this is to do with how you've been dealing with it. And so I could give you examples of how to deal with it. Because, for example, like I said in my Facebook group, I gave an example of how I done things. And I do say that my person, when he first came round, I generally thought of him as a Knight of Wands, just shagging, like a fuck buddy. And how many times I said it to him? I'm not your fuck buddy. I'm not your shag buddy. Knight of Wands. Right, because if 8 of Swords, you use a 8 of Swords to 9 of Swords, nightmare. You feel stuck. It's not progressing from out of this shag buddy. So what did I do? I changed my perception on how I saw it, how he came round. And I talk about that in my playlist. I say, like, it still pissed me off. It still triggered me, and I just worked on natural laws. But I just worked on like, okay, he comes from after work, right? He works 12 hours. He comes all the way here. It takes him an hour to come here. He doesn't just come in the door, shag me and fuck off. He stays till the next day, then he goes, right? So I changed my complete perception and how I see it. And then I shut my mouth, basically, and then he started coming around more, right? And then that was like, well, we're dating. You see me 2, 3, 4 times a week now. So before it was one shag here and there, let's just say. And then it's like, I want to label dating. So it was progression. That's counseling. I'll tell you when or how to say it, what to do, what is, how you thinking about it, etc. One-to-one. This is about how you love yourself, how you was brought as a child. Like, who says the label of, like, that's what he could offer at that time. And it's like, even if he could offered more, he's been hurt in the past. So that's how he casually came into the situation. Shag buddy. But they're heightened sexually, they're men, plus they're heightened as a, you know, masculine, doesn't have to be a man over there. Plus, you know, this could be just in and out your life. But they're heightened sexually, plus twin flame is even the highest sexual energy of this planet, on this world. So that's why sex happens, right? You could say no, so don't blame your person. You can say, well, no, I'm not doing anything. Extremely hard. So this is about how, you know, you was brought up, how you was nurtured. Did they explain how I say it? Put it that way. If you said to your mum, if you could talk about your twin flame journey at all, right? Could you say, listen, he just comes around and shags me. I don't know how to deal with that without saying it so blunt, right? And would they say, well, listen, why do you think it's your shag? Your mum wouldn't probably talk like that. And except what I just said, no, probably like, get rid of him. He's a nightmare. This is to do with your upbringing. Also, like, maybe it's to do with his upbringing as well. Maybe his dad was out there playing the field, so he thought he was okay. Now, I'm not saying it is okay. I'm not saying how, you know, any of it is okay. I'm just saying you can change your perception, because the natural law of this planet is transmutation of the energy. When there's something you don't like, learn to transmute it. That's what I teach. Natural law, the Kabbalah, quantum physics, and that's what I know, and that's what I'll talk about in my counselling. Now, I don't say here, I'll like go and do quantum physics. I pinpoint your situation. Like I would say, now tell me why you think that's an issue. Some of the stuff I hear, I'm like, what the fuck, really? Now, I don't say that to you. I'll say, well, why do you think that's an issue? You know, like I said, well, I used to think he's just coming round. But when I broke it down, I was like, fucking hell, it was 12-hour shift. He used to come round at 7 o'clock in the morning after his 12-hour shift. He lived 15 minutes from his job. He spent 2 trains changing, an hour to me, then a 20-minute walk. I didn't have to do that for shag. That's insulting men, that they would go to that extreme just for shag. It's like we think men are that desperate for sex. Come on now, right? Come on now. So that's what this is about on that line. Underneath this is like how you perceive this passion to be. Changing your perspective here, because you're stuck in your head about how you think this passionate new beginning, and making it a passionate new beginning, because you want it. It's underneath you, but this is what you're manifesting because you keep thinking incorrectly, right? This is about loving yourself and seeing versions of love. Now, you know you love your person, and you know he loves you, he or her says it, even if they, regardless if they say, you know, you feel it when you're with your person. And that's what I focused on. I just focused on that. So this is about that. The delay is with the Temperance card is understanding the twin flame. Look, two souls in one body, 2 faces in one body, right? The delay is you need to understand why, you know, the twin flame connection, why you don't like, oh, why does he come around and just shag me? But, you know, going into yours, maybe you had sexual abuse, people just casually in your life, and you didn't do nothing about it. So he's mirroring to you, go work on sexual abuse. Hello, counseling, right? That's, you know, this is what this is. The delay is you. There's something about you might think he's two-faced or sleeping with other people, but this is your light being, your twin flame Cancer. This is what you're supposed to be, divine, right? And the divine is about manifestation. So you have to trust this journey. So there's an element of trust which you have to do. And I say in my journey as well that I think it was about a year, maybe longer, year and a half, I had to meet my person, and I didn't even know where that guy lived. Literally. I knew the area, but I didn't know the area. It's kind of like, I live here. And I'm like, well, I've never been there. I've heard of it. He didn't say, here's me, here's my door, come round to here, I'll show you my door, but you're not allowed in or nothing. He lived with people which didn't want lodgers. And I had to trust that for a year and a half. And this is the twin flame, and there's third party with twin flame. It comes twin flame mission third party. That's what you get when you find out about twin flame, yeah? I had to do that for a year and a half. But then when he moved out, straight away, I was at where he lived. So, I didn't presume he was living with a woman. No, that wasn't. But I put it blatantly. I did not like it. I did not like it in the slightest. But I never thought he was living with another woman or anything like that. So this is about you working on yourself and healing Four of Swords after this stuck energy, which is heartbreaking of your person in and out, or shag buddy, as you would say. Four of Swords to this is like Three of Swords is heartbreak. Now it's Four Swords is being still, right? It's kind of like the death card. Look, it looks dead, right? Lying there, meditating, whatever you got to do. I would say that's inner child work, because, not praying, but, meditating and working on loving yourself, the Empress, working on nurturing yourself, working on going back to your childhood with the child, Empress holding the child, and seeing how you was nurtured. Did your mum come to you, my ebook, and says it, does she say, I love you and I love myself? So do you love yourself? You must work on loving yourself. And then you attract loving people, situations, circumstances, and events. Most people think I'm rude, I'm blunt, I'm forward, I'm fresh. And I'm like, but how I just said, if your mum spoke to you like that, or you could speak to your mum about your twin flame situation, but you can't, or did she say something like I just said? She didn't. Then who's more loving? I can promise you, I can change your perception that once you are love, the Temperance card, once you are aligned with love, look, in the center focus here, union with self, rainbow is union, then you get union with your person, right? The center focus here, the heart chakra. Then you attract loving situations, things, circumstances, events. If your mum says, I love you, then you look for someone else, another you to love. If she didn't say love yourself, it doesn't matter how I say it. If I'm not connected to you, I'm not your blood, which is ridiculous, because that's nothing. It's not relevant. But you see, if I change your perception and make you love yourself, you'll attract loving people, and you'll absolutely attract your twin flame Cancer, because they are you. So which person is more loving? So this is about a total change around on your perception after this heartbreak, to make you nurture yourself. Doesn't mean your parents are shit. I've even done that to my kids. I nurtured them incorrectly. It just is what it is. But I'm just saying, you are here to learn from it and to teach others how to do it correctly. That's what your journey is. The Ace of Wands is here. And look, your person is here with the Ace of masculine hand. And he's holding the wand there. So it's like he definitely wants a passionate new beginning, and for you to understand that. I don't see cups. So this is about not being nurtured, right, correctly. And that's what he's mirroring to you. So he's probably not expressing love or stuff like that. Probably feel it. There's absolute twin flame. You always feel love. But like I said, you could have a mum telling you she loves you, but did you feel loved? There's something he mirrors to you, right? He or she. That's why I do the counseling. The initial reading, I'll do an image reading so I can read you properly, right? And then I'll do one counseling, and you can write down what you want. I don't read that till after I read the image, because you always think you know yourself. And I'm like, nope, don't skew my version of reality till I've done the image reading. Then I'll read what you say if you want to write up, and it's always different. Do you see how easy it is to change if you get the correct counselling? That's what this is about. So this must be about counselling. All of them today have been about counselling. So it's up to you. Like I said, it's on the website. I've done counselling. I don't offer and give things that I've never done myself. So it's on the website. Like I said, there's a couple of options. I would check out both of them. There's 2 options of counselling, and the Facebook group as well. It's a small group. So like I said, if you're serious about making changes, I don't want someone here who's just going into the group to get extra free stuff. The group is created for people who are ready or going to be ready soon. Say you got to get your monies ready to do counselling and to do the programs and work on yourself. That's what the group's for. So in between, you get additional information from me and Mission. It's a private group, but free to join. And both links, my website for counselling and all the programs, Mission, and everything's in the description box, and the Facebook group. Okay, there's your reading, Cancer. Speak to you later.